nerds, what's up? Welcome to my studio. It's a room in my basement that is free for use. But anyway, I wanted to introduce you to a brand new segment and series on my channel called Nerdy Novelties. Each segment, each episode, each time we visit Nerdy Novelties, it'll be looking at either a theme of Nerdy Novelties like Star Wars, or a category of Nerdy Novelties like today's episode, which is playing cards. So without further ado, let's get started. Like I said before, today we're exploring playing cards. I think the thing that I love most about playing cards is that each playing cards is a set. So when there are themed playing cards, it's even more of a niche. For instance, Mandalorian playing cards. And everything is themed and it's beautiful and it's complete. And I think that's really satisfying to me. So that's one of the reasons why I love playing cards and collecting beautiful playing cards. So the first one we're going to look at is one that I got from, I want to say, Barnes & Noble. And it is the Monarchs High Quality Playing Cards by Theory 11. Also, in general, my husband and I just really enjoy playing card games. So having a bunch of extra decks of playing cards is just really fun and practical. So immediately, if you haven't noticed, something that's so beautiful about this deck is the casing. And that's what actually pulled me to buying this in the first place. The casing is gorgeous. It's almost, I want to say maybe Art Deco or the style from I'm thinking like Great Gatsby. So it's really pretty, it's symmetrical, one of my favorite things. And it's also Monarchs, which looks like a very medieval fantasy kind of theme. And so again, a huge fan of that. So I just love the shiny gold and it's textured. So it's a little bit, the case is either embossed or beveled. So first thing that you're gonna see is the Ace of Spades, which is usually the most artistic or eye-catching thing usually that you see in designed playing cards. And this ace is beautiful. It just has a beautiful crown and again, that simple Art Deco graphic design, kind of like a subdued gold, but it's beautiful. Something I really appreciate about this too is that the face cards are also like a monochromatic subdued color palette with that, again, subdued gold as well as a darker red. There's no bright blues that you usually see in the regular playing cards. If it is, it's a navy, but I think it's black, which is just really nice and sleek. I love that the jokers are so European looking but still very simplistic, following the design. And you see that they give you a couple of cards just saying that these were designed by Theory 11, which is really awesome. And that actually segues us into our next deck of cards, which is also designed by Theory 11, a Mandalorian themed card deck. So just like the Monarch playing cards, the Mandalorian has a beautiful case, has different details on it, like this is the way. Even on the sides, there's portraits of different characters from the Mandalorian, as well as the back, which has definitely the most details. It has all the different suits and the little ship and the different symbols of the beast that he kills, which I can't think of the name at the moment. And even the sticker seal is of Baby Yoda, which is adorable. Yeah, this is stunning. Okay, so going inside, even the flap shows his ship, the Razor Crest. And even the little flaps in here, again, have the two marks of the Mandalorian, the skulls. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, little Baby Yoda, which says the child. Love that. Again, I love how Theory 11 is so good with their details. I also really enjoy the space and the sizing of the symbols, like the clubs and the spades and everything. I really love the sizing of that. It's very minimalist. And now we're onto the faces for the spades. I love, you've got the different stormtroopers and the heavy duty troopers. And then you have Moff Gideon with his dark saber. That's so good. I love that you still get the semblance the look of the actor, but it's very simplified. That's really good. I love that his cape has all the cool designs on it. That's really neat. And even the like framing around the face cards is really like futuristic and very Star Wars looking. I love it. So for the hearts, we have Quill. That's adorable. I love that he is the face of the heart. And again, just the really nice spacing. And then for the faces, for our hearts, we have our main three, which is precious because they're like the heart of the story. So we have Grief, we have Cara Dune, even with her the detail of her like beauty mark. Love it. And then of course we have Mando. Yeah, that's great. That looks really good with his weapons and everything. Love the detail. So yeah, they have all of the like main characters as the heart. That's really precious. And then we have the clubs. So we have just a stormtrooper, one that like rides on like a speedrunner. Nice. This is editing Corinne, and I just want to preface that this next part, I continue to mistake Boba Fett for Jango Fett. My husband can attest, I, for the life of me, cannot get Boba Fett and Jango Fett correct. Probably also was influenced by the fact, and I will point out, that Boba Fett is in the Jack card, and there is a J, and I was like, oh, Jango Fett starts with a J, J for Jack, works perfectly. No, it's Boba Fett. And if I had thought for a second, Disney Plus also came out with the Book of Boba Fett, I would have thought, oh, it's a Boba Fett, not Jango Fett. So I know I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, so for the face cards for the clubs, we have Jango Fett, which I love that he is like on the J for Jango Fett, but also J for Jack. And then we have the Queen herself. Yes. Love the different Mandalorians for the King and the Queen. Yeah, these designs are so nice and sleek and like simple. Yeah, and it's all Mandalorians, which is great. Now we have the final suit, which is the diamonds, and the face of the diamonds is the guy from the first episode of Mandalorian, his first bounty that we see him get. That's hilarious. I love that it even looks like the diamonds his collar. That's really a nice touch. And then nice. Okay, so the faces of the diamonds are Riggs or Biggs and Ming-Na Wen's character and IG-11, Fennec's her name. I was like, what is her name? Love Ming-Na Wen, love seeing her in like anything. Very, very cool. Love these. I even love like the detail on Biggs where it shows his stubble. Like that's just so a simplistic but really nice detail. And the Jokers, we have the Sand People, and then we have the little, I cannot actually think of what they're called, but the Udini people. I love that. And then of course they have their little Theory 11 in the back saying what they make. They do really make really nice high-end luxury playing cards. So this is a great deck, and I'm very pleased that we own it. It's just a really nice aesthetic card deck, and I'm very pleased about it. The next card deck that I'm opening is actually one that my husband got for me. It is a One Piece themed deck of cards. It is the Gran Tesoro Gold Stella show. It's from their movie One Piece film Gold. And even it has a little lack of money is the root of all evil, because our main villain of the movie is a person who has the gum power, has the oh my word, the fruit power. The devil fruit power of manipulating gold. Our Straw Hats travel to a floating casino and crazy things ensue. Something that you will notice right away about these cards, or at least I noticed, is that they are smaller than your American style playing cards. So I don't know if they are European or if they are Japanese style, or if Japanese just also does the European style size of cards. The back is pretty standard. It's just got like a nice design. It has the Straw Hat logo. It has the gold, I guess the gold theme logo, stars, and like coin berries as their currency is. So with this card deck, there is an aesthetic, but it's not super artsy fartsy. I really like each card has a character, has an overlay of just a manga picture, a page from a manga of each character. And so each card, you have 52 different characters from One Piece, because there are so many characters in One Piece. The mind of Eiichiro Oda boggles me. I do not know how he comes up with all of these characters. They're wonderful. And the only other aesthetic part of these cards is that the face cards are framed in, so they're like panels of the manga, which is really nice. So we have Ace of the front for Spade, the Ace of Spades, which is just we love Ace. I think he even has a spade on his arm as a tattoo. There are some, oh yes, Smoker, love him. Got all of the characters. Dracula Mihawk. Okay, for hearts we have Isho as the front. I love this panel of him. It's like an epic part. I really like that Trevor Law and Doflamingo is in hearts, because his place is like Dressrosa, and it just fits with the whole like heart aesthetic, so I think that works really well. For the clubs, Goldie Roger is the front. That's awesome. Yeah, there's just so many characters. That's great. I really like the ones that have the cards that have like close-up of all the faces. That's really nice. It just looks really nice in this overlay. They did a really good job with that. Oh, and Sabo is our Ace of Diamonds. That's really sweet that like the brothers of Luffy are the two bookends of the suits if they're in like playing card order. That's really, really sweet. Ooh, okay. The Jokers are really nice. They're in full color and they have like shiny gold, plated gold on them, which works perfectly with the aesthetic and movie. I literally could sit here for hours and just look at my like favorite characters and like some of my favorite Marines, Smoker and Kuzan. They're two of my favorite Marines. I'm sad that Kobe is not in here. I love Kobe. I love him so much. He's one of my favorite characters. Shanks is in here. We love Shanks. Love them. Before we move on to our final deck of cards, and honestly the reason why I'm doing a whole theme of deck of cards is I, of course, took out all of the Straw Hats in the deck, and I freaked out for a moment because I'm like, everyone's in here except Luffy. And I'm like, where is Luffy? He's not one of the cards. And then I realized he's the Joker. Of course he's the Joker, because Luffy is unpredictable and overpowered and ridiculous. So very clever on the design of that deck. Our final deck of cards was a Christmas present for my husband that took I think like 8 months to get here. It's from King's Wild Project, and it was a collaboration with Brandon Sanderson and his trilogy Mistborn. Do not worry, I have washed my hands, so I am good to go with touching this. The case that holds this deck of cards is leather, and it has silver bevel in it, and it's beautiful. And so the way that it opens is so pleasing, and this is just holding the case, and it's just simple and pretty, and the case even itself is beautiful. I believe there were 3 tiers of how you could order this deck of cards, and we went for the second tier, which gives you these gorgeous gilded edges. I do not know if the camera will pick that up. Even the back is beautiful and shiny. There's, I mean, just all of the details of this deck of cards is gorgeous. I'm gonna start with actually the Jokers. The Jokers are a depiction of ruin and preservation, which are like the two combative forces, gods of the world of Mistborn. And I love that one represents preservation and one represents ruin, and the shards in the middle show that, as well as they've highlighted the spirits, I guess, with like the shiny bits, which is so pretty. I'm going to be talking some spoilers because this is for the entire trilogy of Mistborn, so some of the art will depict how characters turn out, as well as just talking about details of the story. So the first one that we have is the spades. All of the middle looks like they just like poured metal on the cards, which is so cool. And the symbol on the side, I am absolutely cheating and have been looking these up. This is steel. So that's really cool that each suit will represent a different allomantic metal, which is very cool. I also really enjoy that the symbols aren't just, they just copied and paste from other ones. Like these look really hand-drawn and more fitting with the times of the MISTBORN series. Yeah, I love that all the symbols and everything is very shiny. You think it's really like real metal. It's really awesome. And the faces of the steel. So we have the Kowalski, which is just a super legit, scary, intimidating creature of the series, and I love that the sword is shiny. And then we have, so this looks like the villains basically. We have our Steel Inquisitor for the Queen, which I love because it's like Inquisitor Q. That's really good. Again, the shiny eyes. Ooh, that's awesome. And of course our Lord Ruler, who is the main villain of the first book and kind of the catalyst of what is to happen in the next 2 books. Love the long hair. The next suit that we have is gold, and the gold really pops. And I really like the hearts. The hearts remind me a little bit of Kingdom Hearts, which I'm completely fine with. But yeah, I really, really like the gold and how it looks. For our gold faces, we have Marsh, which I love the artwork for Marsh because it just shows, it's double-sided, so it shows what happens to him by the end of the second book, I think. He becomes an Inquisitor, which is really sad. He is probably one of the most tragic characters ever. And then we have Mare, and I love that it has her with her picture. And again, just like the little accents of the metal is so nice. And then we have Kelsier with his rotating coins and just looking like himself, looking very sly and smug, and yeah, love Kelsier. The next one that we have is Copper. Again, just beautiful. I don't know if the camera can pick it up of how like weathered and like beaten the metal looks. It looks so realistic. It's awesome. And for the faces of bronze, oh, we have Tensoon. We love Tensoon. He's a Khandra, so he's a sentient wolf. He's a creature. If he eats the bones of whatever creature, he appears as that creature. He is that creature now, basically. And then we have Tindwyl. And then we have Sazed. We love Sazed. Do you guys pronounce it Sazed? 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 I pronounce it Sazed. I love all of the detail of all of his rings and earrings. It's very important. Yes, very nice. I just realized I was looking these in the wrong order, but saved the best for last anyway for our main characters. So this last one for the clubs is aluminum. And again, the sleekness of the metal on the card looks so good. It's bluish, which is very nice. Helps to differentiate from steel. Our face cards are Spook, who has probably one of my favorite character arcs ever in MISTBORN. Love the artwork for him. And then we of course have Vin. I love that she's also tossing coins like Kelsier, because Kelsier was her main mentor and teacher on how to use allomancy. And then we have Elend Venture. We love Elend. Love that he has a book as well, because that's such a part of his character, as well as his like sparring cane, putting in his more regal background. That was the full MISTBORN deck from King's Wild Project. I definitely think it was worth the wait, and they were even kind enough to send us a QR code that gives us 15% off an entire order off their website, which is just very good customer service for how long we had to wait, but it was very thoughtful of them. And again, the product came out so good and definitely worth the wait. I hope you guys enjoyed this new nerdy segment on my channel, and that you're excited to see what other nerdy novelties I have. I would love to know what you guys collect and look forward to in your nerdy novelties. And anyway, so I had a lot of fun, and I love just gushing about beautiful design as well as nerdy stuff. So thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you all enjoyed this new corner of the nerdy realm on my I hope you guys enjoyed this new corner in my channel. I wanted to introduce you guys to a brand new. It'll be looking at either a theme and into our next pack of cards, next deck of cards, which is like a silver. It is from King's Wild Project. Is it King's Wild Project or Wild Kings? Because it is actually why can I not think of their names? 1 second, please.